Hey, everybody, it's Congressman Jamie Raskin calling out to all my friends in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District and around Maryland and all over the country. It's my favorite time of the week, Local Hero, and we get to celebrate and interact with the people who are making our district so extraordinary. It is Friday, March the 1st. It is the 63rd anniversary of America's Peace Corps, and our local hero is Carol Spahn, who is the director of the Peace Corps and also my constituent. And she was sworn in on December 21st, 2022. She has more than 25 years of both public and private sector experience, and she's worked all over the world. She served most recently as the Peace Corps' CEO, and prior to that, as acting director. And previously, she was the Peace Corps' chief of operations in Africa and the country director for Malawi. And she herself was a Peace Corps volunteer from 1994 to 1996 in Romania, where she was a small business advisor. So she's got an extraordinary and dazzling career. She went to Catholic University of America and holds a master's from GW's Elliott School of International Affairs, for all of the amazing work you've done for Peace Corps around the world, and specifically for the Peace Corps people in Montgomery County. And we have an exciting fact that we want to share with people about that. We salute you as our local hero this week, Friday, March 1st, 2024, Carol.
Well, thank you. And I salute you right back. You are a personal hero to me and very proud to be a member of your district.
Well, look, it's Peace Corps Week, the anniversary of the creation of the Peace Corps back in 1961 by President Kennedy. And this was obviously such an emblematic signature program for him and for his administration. Can you talk about how the demand for the Peace Corps is today as compared to in prior decades, and also about the role that you see the Peace Corps playing in the troubled world that surrounds us?
It's a big question, Congressman, and a lot to unpack there. What I can say is that following the COVID-19 pandemic, there were tremendous setbacks in development around the world, whether it was in education and education losses, some of which we saw here in the United States as well, but at a more profound sort of fundamental level, or as countries gear up to recover economic losses as well, and really look at what is the impact of these tremendous youth populations that we see around the world. So fun fact, this is the largest generation of youth in history, 90% of whom live in developing countries. So when I am out there talking to, whether it's a foreign minister, a minister of education, even some presidents have said to me, we welcome you. We would love to have 500 volunteers, 1,000 volunteers interacting with our young people, teaching them English, working on life skills and job opportunities, working on climate issues, and really injecting that energy and enthusiasm in sort of the civic engagement space around the world. And that welcoming, right, that demand from those countries, and we only go where we're asked to go, where we're invited, and we work on the issues that the governments ask us to work on. And we are just being welcomed with such open arms around the world, and the demand is just incredible. And so what I would love to say to everyone in Montgomery County and around the country, like, this is an incredible opportunity to contribute at a very unique moment in history. And I think about my own service, which was 4 years after the fall of communism. And when you think about what you did and how you stood up and how you participated in such a critical juncture, it fills me with great pride for all of the people, all of the volunteers who have stood up and put themselves out there, especially at this moment right now.
How did the experience of serving in Romania as a Peace Corps volunteer inform your sense of that part of the world? And how do you relate, for example, right now to the situation of people in Ukraine based on your serving in the neighborhood there?
Yes. Look, I think we hear a lot in the news, and it's something very different. So for me, having grown up during the Cold War and going and meeting the people of Romania and hearing about their experience and understanding what they went through, and really then experiencing that transitional period was pivotal because it challenges your assumptions. It challenges your assumptions about sort of that people to people connection, right? And I always say that world peace and friendship, which is the mission of Peace Corps, it's a very ambitious mission, but we say it's not the exclusive role of governments. It's really about people coming together and people coming together across difference. And what I saw when the war in Ukraine broke out was truly amazing in the sense that it was one of our largest programs for Peace Corps. And our volunteers mobilized in just a matter of moments, whether it was calling to check in on their host family or their counterpart, helping to send funds, raise money, help identifying places where people could stay in Poland or Romania or elsewhere. And our team in Moldova just jumped in their cars and started picking up refugees at the border. I mean, it really was just this this moment where you see that Peace Corps service is not for one individual volunteer in one community for 2 years. It's this lifetime of connection, this lifetime of caring about someone, in a country other than your own, and having that deep connection and love and care. And it was just beautiful to witness. And when I see what's happening in Ukraine right now, it is just absolutely devastating. And I don't have strong enough words for, what the inequities, the injustice of what is happening in Ukraine. And I know that all of the Peace Corps volunteers who served there over the many decades who were there are with the people of Ukraine. We are with them, and we will do whatever we can to support them.
Yeah, and I know the volunteers in Ukraine and in Poland, which has taken more than 1 million refugees from the war, have helped to create and continue to participate in a culture of civic relief and civic solidarity. And that's been so essential to the resiliency that Ukraine has shown, over the course of this terrible invasion and the violence accompanying it.
Exactly. If I can share one other exciting thing about Ukraine in this time during COVID is it's forced us to be really innovative and creative in terms of how we connect. And we started a virtual service program during COVID at the request of the government of Botswana, who wanted some support in social media messaging around COVID. And our program has had over 700 virtual service participants. It's a pilot program. But the country that has benefited the most from this pilot is Ukraine, where we have had people who previously served there getting on the line and supporting teachers in trauma-informed teaching techniques and other kinds of really critical support services. And it's truly been heartwarming to see that outpouring of goodwill.
The returned Peace Corps volunteers are a tremendous resource domestically as well. One of the things I learned in the course of doing this is that the 8th Congressional District has more Peace Corps volunteers than any other congressional district in America. And I want you to just confirm that for the record, but also if you would expound for a moment, being a resident of the 8th District, on why you think that might be.
Well, let me, for the record, confirm that the district does have the highest number of currently serving volunteers. And I think it is a district and a community of people who care deeply about what's happening around the world. And they care enough to take action and to take a risk. and to be part of something that's bigger than themselves. And it's been such an honor for me to have raised my children in such a community and to live and work in one of the most diverse communities in the country as well. I think it says a lot about the community, the district that you lead, and the amazing people that are a part of it.
And there is that very passionate sense of community and service, but there's also a global consciousness. There's an awareness and an alertness to what's taking place around the world and how critical American resources can be, including our greatest resource, our people, and the vision and the creativity that they bring. All right. Well, I wonder if you would close this out, Carol, by talking to a new generation of potential Peace Corps recruits. What are some of the qualities you're looking for in people, and how would you interest them in joining at this moment?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me start by saying that Peace Corps is the most foundationally transformational opportunities that anyone can avail themselves of. And we welcome people of all ages. I had a 20-year-old all the way up to an 82-year-old serving with me in Malawi. And it will stretch you well beyond your comfort zone. You will learn tremendous new skills. It will open up new pathways and opportunities that you never imagined were possible. And I cannot say enough about the incredible network of people around the world that once you become a part of Peace Corps, you join for the rest of your lives. And that is not just volunteers. That is our amazing staff. It is all of the students and counterparts and host families that you become a part of. And the connection is instant. And I will say that we have these storytellers who are here from around the world. They are presenting at the Kennedy Center on Friday night. It includes people from all of those different groups. And they said the same thing. They said there is magic that happens when people come together across difference, suspend themselves, and work together. And I just really encourage everyone to take that opportunity. It is a fully funded opportunity with some great career benefits and terrific healthcare and systems, set up to make it a successful, opportunity for folks. So learn more. We invite you. We want you. You belong with us here at Peace Corps.
That's Carol Spahn, who is the director of the Peace Corps. Thank you, Carol. And we're so honored to have you. And thank you for bringing that magic of global service and connection to the 8th Congressional District. And we're very proud of you, and we're proud of the role that we get to play in the Peace Corps.
Thank you so much. Happy Peace Corps Week.